I came here last year for my first time, and it was I won a contest with the U.S. Pizzateam, Best Pizza in America, and I won a trip to Italy. So that was my first competition, and then ever since then I've been coming back. I see a lot of new trends. I see the change is a lot of social media, internet-based. I think people are really educated now when it comes to pizza because it's everywhere you look, and even the competitors here have learned from other competitors just coming to these events. So you see the same things that they're doing in Italy, in Chicago, in Italy. So they're learning from each other, which is why we do this. Right, you have to have passion, so you have to like what you do, and you can't just do it just to do it and make money. You gotta have your heart and soul into it. So people that come here have their heart and soul in it. So this is why we do it. We choose to go all over the world and do it because it means something, and we try to help each other. And there's 30 or 40 of us on the team, all different, acrobatics, largest dough stretch, and then there's the culinary guys. So the culinary guys learn from the older guys.
Of course, we all come here hoping to win, but we really come here to learn and to work with our team and to better them and to become better people ourselves. In culinary, I brought some morel mushrooms from Indiana, and I cooked them with green and white asparagus found here in Italy, fontina and mozzarella cheese, and a little olive oil. The United States Pizza Team is a group of pizziolas that get together from the United States to compete domestically and internationally in culinary and the athletic events in pizza, skill events. So we have our team captain, and then we split it down. We have our culinary coach, and myself is the athletic coordinator. So I work with the guys who are newer to the skill events, which we call the athletic events, which being the fastest dough, the largest dough stretch, the triathlon, which includes that, as well as box folding, and freestyle acrobatics. Well, some of them with the largest dough stretch and the fastest, you're working on every day in the store. You're doing those things. You're trying to make the pizza, while yes, you're taking care of it, you're making it for the customer, you're also working on speed and your stretch. So your techniques are already there, you just have to expand on them. With the freestyle acrobatics, it's much more difficult because you're spinning the dough to music. It's a rhythmic dance with the dough, really. So that takes a lot of practice and a lot of time for the people to perfect it. I have won the fastest pizza maker in the United States for several years in a row. I have won the largest dough stretch, done the world champion of the pizza triathlon in Las Vegas, and I have won a few medals in culinary as well. Similar to where Italy has different regions of different food types, America's pizza is very much similar. You have a New York style, a Detroit style, Chicago, St. Louis, California, a Southeastern. There's different styles all across the country. So your most typical is when people think about pizza in the United States is the New York style, because that's where most of the travelers are getting their pizza from the United States. So that's a big floppy slice that they're getting. But in Detroit, they specialize in a pan pizza. Chicago has a deep dish. St. Louis uses a special Provel cheese. The Californian style is really grown in the past couple of decades, where it's much more about the fresh ingredients and what you can grow around your stores. And that's really spread a lot, where people are more using their farmers markets and trying to shop local as opposed to what it used to be years ago. So for myself personally, when I want to think of a new pizza, I pick one ingredient and then I try to work around with that. This time when I came for the championships, I picked a morel mushroom, then I figured out what I could pair with that would work, and I try to keep it simple. Last year I came here using a filet mignon. To stay in business that way, you have to cater to what your community wants. A lot of the American public, it's what they're used to is a pepperoni and sausage pizza. So you carry that and you show them that, but then as you're getting creative, you also bring in something new and you get them to expand their taste buds. I'd say in the past 5 to 10 years in America, with food TV and the internet and the other ways that people are learning, everyone Instagramming their food and such, then people are willing to try new things as much more than they would have years ago. There are some things out there that amaze me that people are doing with pizza. I mean, I'm seeing lobsters and just specialty meats or vegetables that you can't find, and we've got so many different categories here, from Classica to Pizza and Pala, senza gluten, gluten-free, Pizza 2, with one of the chefs working with pizzolas, that it's so difficult to say what is the best thing there, because in each category, obviously there is one winner declared. So you could have somebody who has a wonderful tasting pizza, but if the crust fails to rise correctly or it burns a little bit in one area, they're not going to win the contest. It's a combination of doing it together and knowing the skills on how to operate in the oven. So taste-wise, there's several ones out there that may never win because they don't do the proper skills with rising the dough and other stuff. What I've learned recently is you need almost a scientific food background to really understand how to work the chemicals in, not just the dough, but the other flavors you're trying to mix together.